Hey, Service Nation, so good to be with you today. We are going to talk about how to leave your competition. Sorry about that. I am lost. Give me 1 second. I've got too many podcasts to do. So if you want to learn how to leave your competition in the dust, come afterwards to the Grow My Cleaning Company podcast that we're going to be doing in like a half hour, or go to Grow My Cleaning Company. If you're listening to the recording, you can find it. If you are here to talk about or hear about top 5 service business killers, and more importantly, how to avoid them, you're in the right spot. That's what we're going to dive into today. So if you're like me, maybe you've noticed it, maybe you haven't. Feel free to put in the chat. But the reality of the situation is, in business, you can do just about everything right and still lose everything. There are some business killers that if you miss any one of these, even if you get everything else right, everything else set up, you're still going to get crushed. So to make sure that you guys don't get that, I'm going to go over them now, not only what they are, but how to stay away from them so you can make sure that you get stuff right. Because again, all the time, money, hopes, and dreams that we've all invested in our business, if we just miss one of these killers, it could all be wasted away in a second, or even worse, take 10 or 20 years to kind of get wasted away. By the way, here, check out, my dog is, where is she? There's a bird out. There was a bird outside that my dog saw and wanted a piece of, but the bird's gone now. The dog's confused. That's why I aimed the computer at it, and I guess we'll have to get back to work. All right. So again, I'm going to go over the 5 killers that could just take down your business and how to avoid them, so you can actually have the success that you want after putting all the time that you put into your business that you do. So let's do it. Killer number 1: the belief of I don't have X, therefore I can't Y. I don't have X, therefore I can't Y. That will kill you. I don't have money, therefore I can't be successful. I don't have an education, therefore I'm never going to make money. The competition is too big, therefore because of X, therefore Y. That is owners. We are not, again, if you want to be an employee, you can have whatever kind of thought process you want. If you want to be an owner, you just can't. There's no place for that. Owners, we say it all the time. Here in Service Nation, you can have excuses or you can have success, but you just can't have both. So here's the winning strategy to combat that. And there's really just the 3 C's: get clear, get committed, and choose, right? So get clear. A lot of times people don't know exactly what they want. So they go, I want to be rich. And for those of you that aren't joining me, who can't see my obvious air quotes from the 90s, I want to get rich is not clear. I would like to have a business that does $1 million a year. Clearer, but still not clear. Does $1 million in revenue or does $1 million in profit, right? I would like a business that makes me $200,000 a year in profit. Better. I would like a business that makes me $200,000 in profit without me having to work weekends or more than 50 hours a week. Clearer. I would like to, even better, I would like to drive a 2020, BMW 6 Series, live in a $1 million house, send my kids to this school, and take 4 vacations a year in these places. Clearest yet, right? And then you kind of reverse engineer out. So clarity is key. A lot of times we let ourselves off the hook with I want to be rich or I want to be successful, but we don't define what rich or successful is. And then when we make massive progress but don't feel like we've arrived, we give up. But the problem is we never determined where arriving was, so it doesn't work. So get clear is first. Number 2 is get committed. This is really getting in touch with your why. So again, we kind of talked about that already. If being rich is not clear, getting clear is I want this much money, this many hours, this kind of fulfillment in my business, whatever that looks like for you. Getting committed is the why. So, and we kind of talked about that with I would like to drive a BMW 6 Series. I would like to send my kids to the school. I would like to give this amount of money to this charity, and then kind of connect with why that's important. So hopefully you'll see each of these leads to the next. So getting clear, once you have clarity, then you can get commitment, because the clarity can help you understand the what, and then that gets you to the why. So the clear equals what, committed equals why, right? We are committed because we want to I want to send my kid to school because I didn't get to go to school and I love him and I want the best for him. I want a BMW 6 Series because when I was a kid, I saw some rich person have it, and I thought if I could be like that, it would make me feel some certain way. I want to give a bunch of charity because whatever that is. So the committed, the why equals commitment. So if you're writing stuff, if you're taking notes, clear equals what, committed equals why. And then here's the big thing: choose to believe what you need to believe. So there are beliefs that you're going to have to get the results that you want. And the first belief of, if I don't have X, I can't get Y. Well, if you want Y and you believe that you can't get it unless you have X, and X is outside of your control, that is a belief you're going to have to give up on, right? So if you believe I'm too dumb to ever be a millionaire or a billionaire, whatever the case may be, that belief will not get you to millionaire town. So you're going to have to choose to believe. So here, let me give you an example. Let's say I've got a HVAC company, and it's just me in a truck, and there's a monster HVAC company in my town that I feel like gets all the work. If I believe, well, because of this HVAC company gets all the work, I can never build a successful HVAC company, that is a belief that will get me one place. Another belief is, if there's already a massively successful HVAC company in town, that means that this is a proven business model. That means I can see what they're doing and kind of model some of that stuff, and I can skip years ahead. That means there are people in my town that have money. Even if you didn't even want to choose that, you could go, it's impossible. I'm in Phoenix. I can't possibly do it. Fine, move to Prescott, or instead of doing HVAC, do something different. So you're going to have to adopt beliefs that are in line with your clear, committed vision, right? So really, number one is, you've got to, anytime you hear, I can't do X because of Y, if Y is inside of you, I can't do X because I haven't taken the actions I need, that's fine, because I'll just start taking the actions I need. If I can't do X because my dad never loved me, well, I can't control whether my dad loves me or how I feel about that. So we have to kill that belief and change it with, because my dad never loved me, for me to be successful, I'm going to have to work harder at building a powerful mindset. So do you guys understand that first you get clear, that's the why, then you get committed, that's the what, and then you get a mindset that is going to support your clear, committed goal. All right, that's the killer number one. Bad mindset, you're never going to have success, ever, ever, ever. Even if you somehow find a way to get successful, which you won't. If your mindset sucks, you're still going to be unhappy. Number two, bad information. That is an absolute killer. Perfect example with this, right as I'm recording this, we're kind of in the middle of the whole COVID thing. What are we at? July 2020. I don't want to get political and take a side, but there is lots of information on both sides, right? Depending on where you want to look and who you want to talk with, you could absolutely get convinced that COVID is going to take over the world and we're all going to die, and this is the worst thing that's ever happened. There's no way to get around it, and anyone that leaves their house is a terrible person. And again, I'm exaggerating, and we'll exaggerate on the other side. The other thing could be, there's nothing, this is all fake, it's all made up by the government. I could do whatever I want. No one's actually dying or getting hurt out there, and I can, my actions don't affect other human beings, right? They're both kind of ridiculous, right? Hopefully hopefully we all fall somewhere in between there in sensible things. But depending on where you focus, you can have either of those, right? And guess what? The truth is somewhere in the middle, right? The truth is some, piece of that, or pieces of each, or, the truth is neither of those things. But depending on where I focus my time and my focus, my energy, and where I get my information, and how I process that information, I may or may not get a hold of the truth. So the way we do that at first is an intentional information diet. So once we're clear and committed, and we've got the mindset that we need, we're only going to focus on the mindset. So I'll tell you what. I'm not going into the who's right or wrong, because I don't know. I'm not that smart. I'm not a disease guy, so I'm not your guy. But I can tell you, as a business owner, how I respond. My response is, certainly want to do what I can to be safe and protect my friends and family and community, but I spend zero time on an information diet when it comes to COVID. Zero time on, well, what if it is bad? And most days I don't even realize there is a COVID, right? Because I'm being very intentional about what I believe to make this work. Because if I believed, COVID's going to kill or if X, then Y. Because of COVID, I can't be in business, or I can't be successful. Then I'm out, right? The reality is, I'm going to go, hey, because of COVID, holy crap, my services are needed more than ever, right? And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm full of crap. Maybe my services aren't needed more than ever. But I'm too dumb to realize it, and I've been just as successful as can be during this COVID thing. And you're like, well, who cares? You're a coach. I own a service company. Hint, coaching is service. I also own a service company. But we coach on-site service companies, which is not what I do, except for live events, which we aren't doing as much during COVID. All right, so that said, for service companies, I've seen the exact same thing. Service companies in the exact same industry, exact same area, go, oh my gosh, because of COVID, I can't, and those guys can't, or gals. And then because of COVID, I'm going to crush, and those guys do. So it has a lot more to do with the owner's mindset than with a perfect example. I was coaching my Millionaire Mastermind group, owner of a cleaning company, and he was talking about, he was in Chicago, and he was talking about wow, it's hard to sell cleaning and stuff because, there's the looting. This was a couple weeks ago, and there's the rioting and all that sort of stuff going on. And I said, it's not all people. Here's the trick, guys and gals. The only time we're done is when people have no more pain to escape from and no more pleasure to go towards. So I said, do you think the people that own buildings that you're cleaning, and if we're service companies on site, most of our customers own buildings because that's what we go service. Do you think right now during these riots they have more pain or less pain around their business, around their building, around their facilities? And, oh my gosh, more pain. Okay. Well, yeah, but the pain is they're worried about the rioting. Okay. So he could have gone and found a security company and contracted with security companies to protect his people, right? All he had to do is shift the way that we solve people's pain. So again, the way that we do that is good information and good focus, right? So we're going to stop listening to anyone who hasn't done what you want to do, right? So again, there's lots of people, and please don't. I use the COVID because it's such a perfect example about mindset. But please don't get into whether you believe that it's a big deal and people need to pay attention, or it's not a big deal, whatever. We're not going to get to that here. What we are going to get to is a difference in mindset, which you can't control. It doesn't matter which side you believe, by the way. If you're kind of on the everyone stay home and have a mask and that'll help, fine. And if you're like, this is, an infringement on my freedoms, fine. It doesn't matter. If we are going to spend our time listening to, again, there's Fauci, right? He's the big guy. When it comes to COVID, I know one thing I know about Dr. Fauci, he's more educated than I am, right? Smart, right, wrong, I don't know, but I know he knows more than me. But I also know he doesn't know anything, or I should say no. I believe he doesn't know anything about growing a business. So when it comes to growing a business, I'm not interested in what Dr. Fauci has to say about COVID. Because, and again, as it comes to COVID and I respond to that, I'll talk to that guy, I'll listen to that guy. But when it comes to growing my business, I'm not going to listen to him. So when we have a bunch of haters out there that are like, that haven't grown business or don't have the success that you want, and they're telling you how to run your business or how COVID affects it, you got to go, have you achieved the result that I want to achieve? And if so, then I might listen to you in this area, right? So just like Dr. Fauci, when it comes to communicable diseases, and again, some people like him, some people don't, doesn't matter. I know I would listen to him because I know he knows more than me, right? I'm going to go, he might have an agenda. I'm not going to take everything he has to say wholesale, but I know he knows more than me, right? That's that we know, that we could establish that. But I'm only going to maybe listen to him in that one regard. When it comes to business, I'm not going to listen to him, right? I've got people for my health that help me eat right and work out. When it comes to business, I don't listen to them at all, right? I've got some fat business coaches that are people that are successful in business, but they're fat. I wouldn't listen to them about diet, right? So it's really important that we go on an information diet and only allow information in from people that have had the results that we want to listen to. So first and foremost, you got to kill any bad thing. So this whole COVID thing, wherever you stand, I've kind of taken all of it out of my universe, right? Like even my mother-in-law is constantly trying to, we have a text chain with our family and she's constantly trying to text like, oh, the world is falling, right? And my sister-in-law, I'm so proud of her. She's like, hey, I'm out, opt out. I don't need to hear about all that stuff. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. She wasn't saying it's bull crap or it's any of this. She's going, I just don't need it in my life. And I was like, go Lacey. So stop listening to anyone who hasn't got the results that you want, isn't helping you get where you want to go. So that information diet and the focus, really important. Only listen to people that have gotten results and are getting the results that you want. Ideally, someone that has helped other people do it, right? So there's some people that are very smart in business, but they haven't helped other people. There are other people that are smart in business and they've done it and they've helped other people. So if you can get one of those, that's even better. All right, so killer number one, get rid of the I don't have X, therefore I can't Y. Killer number two is bad information. So you've got to be very intentional about what information you let in. And seek out information that's going to help you get to your goals and shut out information that's not going to help you. Because again, the whole COVID thing, right, wrong, or indifferent, it's the worst thing since ever. It's totally overblown. Whatever the truth is, none of that's going to help me grow my business. All that's going to help me grow my business is how can I help my customers? How can I serve? How can I go? So that's what I want you to focus on. Killer number three, this is a big one, guys. Not understanding your numbers or cash flow versus profit. That's a big deal. So there's two pieces of this. Not understanding your number, we're going to talk about that, and not understanding the difference between cash flow and profit. It's very easy to have cash coming into your business and not be profitable. It is also easy to have profit coming into your business and not be cash positive. So there's one thing of I have a $10 million business. $10 million came in this year, but 11 million went out. That's called an unprofitable business. So people that don't understand the difference between revenue and profit wouldn't understand how can a $10 million business not be profitable? Easy, just spends 11. It's as easy as falling down the stairs, man. Easy, easy, easy. The next thing is I have $10 million of sales and I sold $11 million worth of goods or services, but I only collected 9. That would be profitable, right? I made $1 million. I had $10 million in sales or I had $11 million in sales and I only spent $10 million, that's $1 million profit. But if I only collected nine of that $11 million, I'm still not cash profitable. So you got to make sure you've got access to cash if you're going to do that. So if you don't understand that, when you're business, you're stuck. So what we need is where you get the data, right? You got to make sure that you're getting it from the source. It drives me crazy when people are like, oh, my accountant handles that. My accountant handles that. Your accountant can't handle your business. You got to handle your business, right? So, and again, for most of us with service businesses under 10 million, certainly under 3 or 4 million, QuickBooks is just fine. You can do something fancier, but you need to make sure that you have direct access to it. You're not getting through your accountant. How easily to track it, right? Super important that your profit and loss and your cash flow statements and your balance sheets are easy to read and you understand them. And I'm telling you, guys, gals, you don't have to be. A lot of people get freaked out when we start talking about balance sheets and profit and loss. They think it's scary. It's really not. You don't have to be an accountant. You don't have to be a CPA. You don't have to even be good at math. There's just basic things that you need to understand. You got to know why it's important. A lot of people don't get it, right? They just go, they do, bank balance accounting, right? I have lots of money in my bank, therefore my business is successful. I don't have enough money in my bank, therefore my business is unsuccessful. If you are making this problem, or if you are having that thought process, it's really going to be difficult, if not impossible, for you to be successful. And then you need to know when to review it and what to do with the data. So really important that you know where to get the data. And really, guys, gals, we can't go deep into this. Maybe I'll have we've got an excellent CPA on, or our CFO. Maybe we'll have her on because she's great sometime. Give us feedback if you'd like to hear from Andrea. But where you get the data is important. Good news is, all it really is you're just accounting all your P&L and all that accounting stuff that sounds so confusing you're just tracking all the money that comes in, accounts receivables, and all the money that goes out, accounts payables. You're just putting them in a computer. That's really it. Just who did you spend money on and for what purpose and how much, and who gave you money and for what services and how much, and the dates. That's really it. It's not super tricky. So where you get your data, you need to be able to get yourself. It needs to be super easily tracked, KPIs, key performance indicators. You need to know why each is important. If you track the wrong things and you don't know what's important and what's not, that'll kill you. You need to know when you review it monthly, and you need to know what to do with the data, right? If you're doing that monthly review with your P&Ls, you need to know how to make decisions based off of that. So that's the third killer. Killer number 4 is burnout. If and when you get burnt out, your business is over, no matter how successful or unsuccessful it is. So the strategy that you're going to use to do that is do what you're born to do, not what's on fire. I'm going to say that again if any of you guys are writing this down. Do what you were born to do, not what is on fire. Or even worse, what they tell you what to do, right? The world, your family, lots of good intentioned people and some not good intentioned people all have a plan for your time as an owner. As an owner, we have to make sure that we are doing what we know that we're uniquely qualified to do, not what the world wants us to do. Because the world wants us to jump and answer their questions. Employees want you to hold their hands. Customers want you to tell them it's okay. Vendors want to know this. Everybody wants something. They've all got a plan for you and your life and your time and your money. As an owner, we've got to be crystal clear on what our plan is. Hint, by the way, if you are committed to growing your company, your service company, you have no business doing your service, right? So if you're a pool cleaner and you want to build a pool cleaning business, you should not be cleaning pools. If you want to build a pool cleaning job, you're good to go. And that doesn't matter whether you're a landscaper, janitorial service, HVAC electrician. If you're out doing it, that's a job, not a business. A business is hiring other people to do it. So that's the first way that you control your time and do what you're born to do. And if you were an entrepreneur who thinks, well, I'm a pest control guy and I was born to kill critters, that's fine. You might as well get a job being a pest control guy. If you're like, no, I don't want to do that. I want to have a business. I want to be successful. Okay, then you weren't born to kill pests. You were born to be an entrepreneur. You got to understand the service that your business provides is not who you are, and that's not what you are as a business owner, right? Really important that we're business owners first, and service providers ideally not at all. Okay, so quick summary, and then we're going to hit number 5. Number 1, if I don't have X, I can't do Y. Got to kill that forever. Number 2 is allowing the bad information, the wrong information in, and not getting enough of the right information. Number 3 is not understanding your numbers or the difference between cash flow or revenue and profit, or the difference between profit and cash. Killer number 4 is burnout, because you're doing too much of the wrong things, which kills you. It stops you from doing enough of the right things, which stops you from growing, which burns you out, and then you don't do anything. So burnout is an absolute killer. And number 5, this is a big one: lack of a proven system. Not only, sadly, lack of a system, but a system to implement the system, right? So there's really two pieces: understanding how things should work and then making it work in your company. They're different, and you need to be able to do two of them. Here's an example. We used to allow people in our coaching just to have the access to the information, because I know it's so powerful. The way that we teach works, and it gets massive results, and it's transformed my life, and we've transformed hundreds of lives, thousands of lives with that information. So we used to let people in who would just say, I don't have the money for actual coaching, just give me the information. And they got virtually no results. The same information that was transforming people's lives was not getting them any results. And that was because they had the systems, but they didn't have a system to implement the system, or they didn't have the proper mindset to make that work. So the good news is, once you get this right, not only do you protect your business from disaster, right? Because if you miss any one of these, the numbers, the burnout, doing the right things, where to focus your attention and what information you allow in, the mindset of, if I can't have X, then I can't do Y. Any of those things can kill your business. The good news is, once you get these 5 right, not only will your business be not killed, you've got a huge opportunity to really transform and get what you want so much faster. So 2 things. 1, if you are getting value out of the show, subscribe, rate, review, and for crying out loud, tell a friend. If you know an owner of a service company or multiple owners of service companies, like we talked about, pest control guys, snow removal guys, landscapers, cleaners, pool cleaners, house cleaners, janitorial services, electricians, HVAC, anyone that goes to a on-site place and performs a service and they want to grow their company, turn them onto the show, subscribe, rate, and review. If you are that owner, in addition to subscribing, rating, review to the show, and telling a friend, go to growmyservicecompany.com. You can join our Facebook group. You can get access to all of our free content. Everything we do out there is amazing. Also, if you really want to connect, go just hit me on Instagram, direct message me, subscribe, or rate it, or review, or refer to a friend. Just let me know that you're into the show and you shared it, and I'll send you a free copy of my book, I'm a Freaking Genius, Why is This Business So Hard? Basically 20 years of me figuring out what works and what doesn't work. You can have it, I don't know, it's on Amazon, $20 or whatever. Be happy to send you a copy as my gift. Just hit me up on direct message me on Instagram. Let me know you dig the show, and let us know what you like. If there's stuff that you really need, stuff that you're going through, you need support, let me know. I'll do a show on it. Really appreciate you, Service Nation, and talk soon.